Welcome to Larry's Library. I'm back in the unboxing room. It's been a while. This one's taken a while to build up, but about ready to do it. So, before I get into this haul, this unboxing, I want to mention that this is the first video to feature my new logo. The new logo is courtesy of Web of Omnibus from Instagram and other places, but that's where you can find him, and I will put his Instagram handle up on the screen so you can check that out. But here is the old logo, the old opening Larry's Library graphic that you're used to seeing if you've been following the channel. And Web of Omnibus reached out to me on Instagram, and he said he'd cooked up a new graphic for me, and he said, you know, if you don't want to use it, that's fine, but if you do, it's yours. The more I checked this out, the more I loved it, and I decided to go ahead and go with this. So check it out. What do you think? Here's the before, and here's the after. I think it's great. I think it's more dynamic than the old one, and everybody I've showed it to seems to like it better than my old one, which was just some text that I put together in Photoshop myself. But Web of Omnibus did this one and just gave it to me. So big thanks to Web of Omnibus. Appreciate your work. Appreciate you doing this for me, and I plan to use it on all my videos going forward. So check him out on Instagram if you haven't seen his stuff yet. This is kind of a 3-in-1 maybe. So this video is going to consist of me unboxing my in-stock trade orders from last month, from April. That's these two big boxes. And then I've got a, let's see, I've got a birthday gift, because my birthday was, actually, it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen in a couple days, but we celebrated it last weekend because we got together with my daughter Kristen and my grandbaby Quinn and my wife, and we all went to a couple local comic shops to kind of celebrate my birthday and sort of Mother's Day. We kind of rolled those into one. And Free Comic Book Day was last Saturday, in case you didn't know. So I've got some stuff from that, and I picked up a couple things from a couple local comic shops. So we're going to cover all that. But first, I've got the only non-comic book in the group. This is Ready Player 2. Check it out. It's the paperback of Ready Player 2, the sequel to the wildly popular Ready Player 1, which I am not quite finished reading yet. I'm a little over halfway through it, and I knew 30 pages in that I loved it. I mean, if you don't know anything about the concept, it is a love letter to 80s geekdom in many ways. All things geek from the 80s. Gamer culture, comic books, movies, all kinds of things are featured in the book. And if sci-fi, it's set in the future, the year 2044, I think. Anyway, I have never seen the film version, so if any of you watching have read Ready Player 1 and also seen the movie, let me know how that holds up down in the comments. Did they get it right? Is it as good? Is it better? I don't know. I'm going to finish reading the second book before I even bother to see the movie. But so happy to get that. And I ordered this from Amazon, and it came through okay. It's not bad for Amazon. So Free Comic Book Day, I was only really interested in two comics. As anybody who's watched the channel much, you probably know that I don't actually collect, I don't actively pursue any more single-issue comics. I have switched to hardcovers, mostly the bigger books, omnibuses, deluxes, that sort of thing. But I still have a few things that I am collecting and finishing out that have just not been collected, or they've not been collected in a format that I prefer. You know, I'm not much on trades, but... So, one thing I did pick up while I was at one local comic shops, and I think this was half price, so this is like $2 I think I paid for this. This is Sword of the Atom Special, number 3. Which, I didn't realize there was a number 3 until recently. I read the special for 1 and 2. Hopefully that lawnmower outside is not overwhelming my mic here. So, apologies for that. But I gotta film these when I can. Anyway, yeah, so this is the third special. Like I said, I just recently got around to reading special 1 and 2, and I was putting it in my database, and I realized, wow, there's the third one. And this one does not have the Gil Kane art, but boy, it's got some Pat Broderick art, and I love Pat Broderick, so went ahead and got that to complete that. And as far as actual Free Comic Book Day issues, the only two I really kind of made me want to grab them was the Titan Conan Free Comic Book Day 2025 and the IDW Godzilla, The New Heroes, free comic book day. Grab that. Pretty cool looking. And, you know, like I said, I don't actually collect any more singles. I mean, I have a single collection, but I'm not really pursuing much of any, except a few odds and ends like that. But I have allowed myself one exception to that rule, and that is I decided to go ahead and get all the singles for, which I think the only thing they've collected in so far is a trade. They haven't done a hardcover yet, so I'm hoping for a giant hardcover, and then I'll just double dip. But you know how I am. But I am getting all of the Savage Sword of Conan, the new books, and these are magazine size like the old Savage Sword, but this is by Titan. Now I had got issue 1 from eBay. I had read that, loved it, despite a few printing problems that they had. But like I said, despite that, it's still great stuff. And so I needed the other 7 issues because there's been 8 out so far. So here's what I found in 2 comic book shops. I got issue 3. And I got these for cover price, so I didn't have to pay a premium because they're technically back issues, so that was good. So here's issue 3. Pick that up. And I found issue 4. Hopefully these are showing up good. Doing this unmonitored because my producer wife is out mowing the lawn. And hey, I didn't make her do it. I don't tell her. I don't make her do anything. She enjoys that sort of thing. And if she enjoys it, why not let her do it, right? I enjoy being indoors. She likes to go outdoors. That's great, I mean, I'm going to cook later if that maybe helps balance it out a little. I don't know. Maybe. And I picked up issue 5. And the latest issue, issue 8. You can pick that up locally also. So I am still missing, let's see, 6, 7, and 2. So I guess I will likely be getting those on eBay. Now, as far as for my birthday, from my daughter, Kristen, she gave me an unopened copy of this giant omnibus. Hopefully the glare's not too bad here. So this is very heavy. This is Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, the omnibus. And this collects, I think, all of their Batman stuff. And a Catwoman mini also. So the bulk of this book is The Long Halloween, 1 through 13, which I have in a, I think I have it in a trade, or maybe a small hardcover. Loved it. But this has all of the extras too, and all of the other minis they did together involving Batman. And like I said, one Catwoman. So I am anxious to read this. I'm going to reread Long Halloween and read all the other stuff that goes with it. I'm a big fan of Loeb and Sale stuff, so yeah, I'll probably be reading this sooner than later, mainly because it's relatively modern and it reads much faster than the Bronze and Silver Age stuff and that sort of thing. So I always let those cut in line in my FIFO, my first in, first out reading order, that I'm kind of maniacal about maintaining. So now we get on to the unboxing. So this is from InStockTrades.com, my favorite place to buy comic books by far. Well, collector's edition comic books anyway. This is their new packaging. Still not quite used to, but I do like it a lot. They are more compact. And you just kind of slide out the insert. Go in the right direction. And look at that. Really nice. Very efficient system they got here. Some big lot of bubble wrap here. And then the custom insert. It just makes it all come together. No better packing than InStockTrades.com. Look at that. So I will be keeping that for sure. So this is the Punisher Max by Jason Aaron and Steve Dillon. Omnibus. Now, I am a big Jason Aaron fan. I like just about everything I've read that he's done. In fact, I think everything I haven't read all that he's written, but everything I've read of his I've loved. And this might be Steve Dillon's last work before his death. I'm not sure. It's probably his last Marvel work for sure. And I did love what he did with Garth Ennis on this character. And I have that Omni, I have those Omnis. I think there's 3 of them that have some of his art in it too anyway. And so yeah, so this was a must-have for me. This is one I've been looking forward to getting, and finally got a hold of it. So I'll be reading it soon too, because I'm sure it'll go pretty fast. All right, last one. In-stock trades again. Yeah, the more I use these boxes for unboxings, the more I like them. Really nice. This is so much better than the old way. The only thing I think I would change if they was to ask me what to do, they're not going to do that, but is I think I would write on it this side up. So that way you know which way to slide this out. And I did it just by feeling. Kind of felt it. I could feel the edge of the bottom of the tray. But there we go. That worked. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them stamp a little this side up, maybe. Not a big deal, but... Alright, first up, get my invoice out of the way. Check it out. I have Universal Monsters Frankenstein, deluxe hardcover. And I think the tentative plan is I'm going to read this with OmniDog for his book club. Not the one coming up next, but the one after that. So this will be for June, I think. So if you want to read along with that, I'll pick this up sometime between now and June and read. So yeah, this is this series by Skybound, Image Skybound. I think it's Skybound. They're doing all of the old Universal monsters, and this is the entry for Frankenstein. I don't know anything about these artists, but it looks great. Like the art on the back here, which I imagine is the inside art, interior art. And this painted cover is beautiful. Check it out. All right, and now this one checks a box off my buy list, my FOMO list, one that I've been needing for a long time. And I kept holding out for months and months and months, hoping that the price would go down. It never went down. So finally I had an opening in my my buy list for last month where I could fit this in there without going over budget. So I did. And it's as they say, a chonker. So it's not a cheap omnibus. It's like 93 bucks or something like that. This is Thor by Jason Aaron. Speaking of Jason Aaron, Volume 2, which I have not read any of this material yet. I read Volume 1, liked it a lot. So yeah, you got great art here. Olivier Coipel. You got more Isid Ribic, and Russell Doderman is probably the bulk of the art in here, and I love this guy's stuff. So yeah, looking forward to reading this one. Another one that will probably push itself to the front of the line. So yeah, that is my haul this time. Got a lot of good stuff. Hope you like taking a look at them. And there we go. That's what I got. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.